originally, a character like that, if you threw it into any other storyline, it would be considered a Gary Sue. However, because Harry Potter has its own series revolving around it, he is not a Gary Sue because he is the main character. I know this is probably not making any sense, but just think about it. Think about it. If you have, like, okay, Optimus Prime, let's use him as an example. Optimus Prime in any other media would be considered like, a Gary Sue robotic character. But since Optimus Prime was created to be the leader of the Autobots in this, sort of like holy leader-like thing, he's not. He's actually not called a Gary Sue, but truthfully, every character out there is Gary Sue or Mary Sue. However, what separates your character from becoming one of those when you throw them into another thing is that you develop them so that they fit in right, but they're not trying to overpower and make everybody love them. Because all of a sudden, like, this character steps in and is like, oh my god, love me! Or, oh my god, I've got superpowers out of nowhere, and yay, and I don't know how that happened. But, it's just, anyway, I'm getting off topic, but yes, if Rose, I got my inspiration for Kia from myself and my friends. Okay, next topic. Well, next question. So, you know what? I'm really bad at this mic talk thing, and I'm gonna have to cut this down a lot, I bet. But anyway, this is from my friend Strawberry, who, if you haven't seen hers or / heard her, she did her own little question and answer video. So you should check it out because she actually does this better than I do. Favorite comedian, Gabriel Iglesias, hands down. The guy cracks my shit up, and I guess Jeff Dunham can fit in there too because he's funny. I mean, I more consider him like an act than a comedian, but that's just me. Favorite dog breed, husky or Rottweilers, or even boxers, because we have boxers right now and I love them. They're sweeties. Okay. Tragic love stories or happy ending love stories? Tragic love stories. Happy ending love stories are great and all, but I love when there's tragedy to it because, it's just like all of a sudden, like, you think everything's going to be good, then all of a sudden, the main character gets shot in the head or something. I mean, I love that. It's just, it's painful, and, even though it's starting to get overplayed, I don't get tired of it. Jedi or Wizard? Jedi, bitch. I am so going for Jedi. Wizards can suck it, okay? I have been a Star Wars fan since I was a little kid. I am fucking staying with the Jedi. I'm such a nerd. Okay, this is from my friend Elahara. I hope I said that right. She asked, have you ever seen any of the original Dark Shadows TV series? And if you did, and these are her questions, what did you think of the original? The original show? Oh, I loved it. I only got to see a few episodes when I was younger because, it was just one of those shows that just, for some reason, it was just boring to me as a kid, because I was more into, Powerpuff Girls and all that stuff as a kid. But now that I'm older, I do like the original series because it's different. I mean, that's the only way I can describe it. What is your favorite character in the original and why? Willie Loomis, because he is such a poor, tragic character. I feel so bad for him. I mean, I know he can be an ass, and I know he's a little selfish at times, but, he tries to turn around, and he's just still being held down by Barnabas, and I just feel so bad for him. I probably just said his name wrong, but that's okay. What am I looking to... Oh, excuse me. What are you looking forward to most in the movie remake? Seeing Jackie Earle Haley. Yeah, I mean, that's really no questions asked. It's a Jackie Earle Haley thing because I love that man, and I just have to see everything he's in now. I just have to. Okay. Would you camp out or plan to be as close to the beginning of the line to see the movie this May? Dude, I've already got reserved tickets. No joke. You can reserve them early at the theater around where I'm from, and I've already got mine reserved, so I am not camping out. I am gonna go there early, grab my ticket, and be like, I am so running into the theater and getting, a perfect seat, because nobody is going to stop me from seeing this film. Okay, I'm such a freak. I am a fangirl freak, okay? This one is from my friend Ariella, 27-WM58. I really want to know what that WM stands for. Anyway, Ariella asked, what are your favorite shows from your childhood up to now? I'll give you three of them. Let's go with Cat Dog, Powerpuff Girls, and Juniper Lee, if you all remember those shows. Because yes, that was around when I was still kind of young. But I guess when as a kid-wise, I also got to say Rugrats because that's just, you gotta love Rugrats. I mean, I can remember sitting there watching the TV show. My grandma used to say she wanted to smack Angelica, and those are good times. Okay, which of the actors who played James Bond do you like the most? Truth be told, I've never seen the James Bond films. Sadly, I haven't had the chance to, so I don't know much about James Bond. So sorry. Monkeys are attacking your house. What do you do? First of all, why the hell are monkeys in Missouri? They gotta be cold. Second of all, hit them with a hammer. I mean, don't kill them. Just like hit them with a hammer to knock them away from me. I don't know. Okay, what are your top three most unforgivable sins anyone can commit? Well, if you're talking about the seven deadly sins, I guess, that's, I don't really have enough information about them to really give you that, but if you're talking about stuff that people can do that really gets under my skin and really just makes me, like, want to vomit, people who do child pornography, because that is just fucking wrong. I mean, it's, I know I watch movies about this stuff, and I'm adamant to talk about them, but at the same time, in real life, I just want to castrate them or do as my father says. And yes, this is my dad. This is how you know that I come from a very stable family. My dad always said what he would like to do was to tie them up in the air and get a rotary blade, like those ones that you get for like your kitchen. It's an automatic one. You turn it on and it can like vibrate and cut stuff like just by barely like tapping it against like a carrot or something. Lower them down onto that thing and so that it goes up them and cuts their insides out, and then do that like 50 times to them and see how much, they like having something forced up their ass. Yeah, that's fucked up, right? Okay, the second would probably have to be rape. That's just wrong. I mean, why would somebody want to? I don't understand how people can get a turn on or just feel that it's right to force a woman or, a male, even guys get raped too, into doing something against their will. I mean, what's the pleasure out of that? I don't know. It's just sick, and I don't think I could forgive anybody if I knew that they did that. I would just deck them. Like, I would not even know. And third, I guess it would have to be neglecting a child. There is a case of that I know very well that's happened to a child that I know who was neglected very badly to the point like every time they tried to get food or something they would get beaten, and they used to drink out of the toilet water even just because they couldn't get to real drinks and stuff, and it's just so sad. And it's, who does that to a child who's possibly like 2 or 3 or 5? You just, no, they need, no. Anyway, next question. Favorite X-Men? Gambit or Wolverine? Or if you're, for the girls, I like Jubilee and Shadowcat. Just because I think it would be cool to be able to walk through walls and shoot awesome like fireworks out of my fingers. And adamantium claws would be cool. They look painful, but it looks cool. And Gambit, I mean, hello, he's sexy, so what's not to like about him? And speaking of boys, pretty boys, approved or not? I don't know if you mean like, do I think pretty boys are good or not? I like pretty boys. I most of the time think that they're gay. I mean, I know that's stereotyping. I'm sorry, but for the most part, most pretty guys I've met are either taken, assholes, or gay. I mean, sorry. Do you like camping? I've actually not had a chance to camp that much. I do like to camp, but I don't get to camp a lot, so it makes me kind of sad. Okay, I guess I'll move on to the next person. This is from my friend Gigglemeister. She asked me, if your life was to be made into a movie, what would the title be? Welcome to hell. Seriously, I mean, isn't that what most people would say that their life is? It can be kind of a hell, or, welcome to my world, bitch. I mean, I don't know, something like that. Um, if you had a theme song, what would it be? I'll play that for you. Okay, I'm not going to answer this next one, but she asked, explain to me why the table I'm sitting at does not exist, because I could go into this whole ramble thing, and it's really weird. How many cups of sugar does it take to get to the moon? According to Goofy, when he's, sleep talking, it's, 43. If you had a chance to know your future, would you take it? Yes. I always want to know what my future is going to be just because I want to make sure I'm making the right, choices. And think about it, the future technically is not set in stone. Anything can change about it. The past is set in stone, but the future is not. Okay. Do you believe that fate is uh, inevitable, or do you think we might be able to choose our destinies? And this is because she has an essay. And why do I think this? Okay. Do I think that fate is inevitable? No. I think everybody has a choice because you have human will. I mean, you have a will. You know what's right and wrong. You know what to do. I mean, it's installed into your brain, and if it hasn't been installed into your brain, this is how serial killers are made. But if you know the right and wrong, you know what's the right choices to make for yourself. I mean, you may have made it like on the whim, like you may have made a choice just like on the spot, but later on, if when you get to think about it, you'll know if it was a wrong or right choice to make because you'll just feel it. At least that's what I do. When I make a wrong decision, I always feel it in my stomach. Or when I make a right decision, I always feel like I'm light as a feather. I mean, I think that our lives are set up the way that we create them, and that fate is just something that people use because they're afraid. And this is from my friend, Awesome by Accident, who is my friend Gigglemeister's twin sister. And Awesome asked, hypothetically speaking, if the world were to end in 2012, what do you think the most likely way of it ending is? Huh. I'd say the most likely way of it ending is random bombs just going off everywhere. Cause we've got all these nuclear weapons all around us, and like one of these days, some dumbass is gonna like set them off, and we're all just gonna be nuked. I mean, that's what I think. I don't know. Maybe I've been watching too much Terminator, but whatever. And here's another one from my friend Awesome by Accident. They asked, when crossing the street, do you think, do you look for cars before you jaywalk, or do you go all the way to the crosswalk and wait for the light? I look both ways, and I'll cross anywhere. Like, as long as, like, I think I can make it across, I'll just run across. But, I had a friend on our campus get run over by a car, and she got hit so hard she bruised her spleen. So I try to look both ways carefully, and if I know I'm not going to make it across, I just go to the crosswalk. So, yeah. And that's all the questions. I really don't know what else to tell you all about myself. I may do one of these later, and I may not. But, feel free to, laugh at me because I really suck at this, or, ask me more questions later, and I might do some more. For the people that gave me movie reviews, like wanted me to review movies, I will be doing a different uh, question and answer thing for that, okay? But for now, here's my questions, and I hope you enjoyed it.